92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm really interested to hear what happened in today's second date update because Wade, who is on the phone with us, he wants us to call a girl named Miley. They went out on a date, and after their date, he got 2 texts from her. One text said, "You're awesome. I totally want to see you again." And then a few days later, he got a text, and I'm paraphrasing, but he got a text that said, "You're disgusting, and I never want to see you again in my life." Whoa. A few days later.
Wow.
And he hadn't hung out with her any time between those texts.
What?
So it went from, "Yeah, I want to see you," to "You're disgusting," without them even seeing each other. Wade, what's up, man? How are you?
I am not good, and I'm really confused.
That's understandable. I'd be confused, too, if somebody was like, "Hey, I really want to see you again," and then the next day they're like, "You're a disgusting pig, and I hate you."
Right? I mean, it makes no sense to me whatsoever, and I'm kind of glad that somebody is trying to help me figure this out because it's driving me crazy.
Maybe she's just crazy and she's playing like hard to get.
That is messed up way to play hard to get.
So how do you go from a girl wanting to go out with you to a girl calling you disgusting in the matter of just a couple days without you doing anything?
I have no idea. She must have, Googled me or something. You know, maybe she looked at my Facebook, but I don't really do Facebook very much. So
If she looked at your Facebook, is there something on there that would be disgusting?
No, there's nothing disgusting on there.
You're not married or anything, right?
Absolutely not. I am a single guy, single, ready to mingle.
All right, well, maybe it's something that you did on the date. How did the date go? Was everything cool?
Yeah, everything seemed to be going fine. She seemed really into me. The meal was fun. I mean, to be honest with you, we did have a little bit to drink. So, you know.
Okay, but the date obviously went well if after your date she was texting you saying she wanted to see you again.
Yeah, I mean, she did leave really late at night. But
She left late at night?
yeah, she left at 3 o'clock in the morning. I just
Like from the restaurant? You guys...
No. You know, we're definitely feeling each other. And so I was like, hey, why don't we go back to my place and hang out, watch a movie, have some cocoa. I don't remember what excuse I made.
Have some cocoa? Does that usually kill it with the ladies for you?
Sometimes. I don't know. So we grabbed an Uber and went back to my place. And we just kind of made out. And she left around, I don't know, sometime between 2 or 3. I wasn't awake.
Okay.
But wait a minute. Had you guys known each other at all before this date?
No. We met through a dating app. And we talked for a while online through the app. But
All right, so you have no clue why she's calling you disgusting all of a sudden and says she wants nothing to do with you.
I have no idea. I mean, maybe she knows one of my ex-girlfriends who hates me, you know, and they talked about me. Or she saw a weird post, and maybe she messaged somebody randomly online to ask about me. I have no idea.
Do you have that much? I mean, how many crazy ex-girlfriends are out there? Because you sound like it's a very high possibility.
I mean, I'm not young, you know, so everybody has at least 1 or 2 crazy exes. That's why you broke up with me, right?
Okay,
I will
so
give you that.
You think in your mind there's a possibility she ran into one of your crazy exes and they talked a bunch of trash about you and now she thinks you're disgusting.
That's the only thing I can think of. I don't know what else it could be.
And you're not leaving anything out like, oh, I sent her a junk pic, by the way.
I mean, I don't think I did that. I should check the phone.
You should know if you're sending those things out.
Hold on. Let me check real quick. I don't think I did.
Okay.
That's good.
Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay.
And find out why she hates you. Hang on.
Thanks, guys.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, we're in the middle of a second date update, and if you missed the first part, Wade is on the phone with us, and Wade is a bold-faced liar.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Ouch.
Wade.
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't
No.
think anyone
So-
does.
Wade, when we talked to you a little while ago, you told us that the girl you went on a date with texted you after the date saying that you were disgusting and she never wanted to see you again, and you said, I have no idea why.
That's right.
Well, I Googled your name. I got your last name from our producer, and I Googled Wade, and guess what I found? There's a Wade in Ohio who has 3 kids and a wife. And you said you weren't hiding anything. What's up with that, Wade?
That is obviously not me.
You're from Ohio? You're from Ohio? You got kids and a wife, and you're going out on dates here?
Oh,
Hang up on him, Jubal.
yeah.
There's a lot of Wade. That's obviously
Nope.
not me.
I looked it up. Only one Wade in the entire world.
Wow, Jubal, you should
And
be
it's
a
that
PI.
guy. So disrespectful to come on this show and just lie to us like that, Wade.
You guys are ridiculous.
All right. Well, we're about to call Miley and see why, in fact, she isn't calling you back because I guess there may be another Wade Miller out there. Are you ready to give her a call?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Miley, please?
this is Miley.
Hey, Miley, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
Do you know who I am?
No. Should I?
I guess you don't have to, but it'd be cool if you did. I host the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the morning, and one of our listeners emailed us about you.
It wasn't my mother, was it?
No, it was not your mom. Maybe that's another segment we have to do on the show for a different time. I don't know, but we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out on a date and then blow somebody off, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask why.
Okay.
Any curious at all who emailed us about you?
I don't really need to hear anymore. I'm pretty sure who emailed you, and he was disgusting. I had to go to the doctor because of him.
What? You had to go to the doctor because I'm calling about a guy named Wade. I'm hoping we have the right person because I don't want to get somebody else's stuff out there.
What?
Yeah, you have the right person.
Okay. And why'd you have to go to the doctor after going out on a date with Wade?
He gave me head lice.
Shut up. He gave you lice? Is that what you just said?
Yeah,
Oh my
He gave you. Are you sure that he gave you lice?
I'm positive.
Why? How can you be sure?
Well, he's the only person that I was, close with in a really long time, and after that, I had to go to the doctor to get the head lice removed from my head.
You haven't been around like any kids, or there is no other way you could have possibly gotten head lice.
Absolutely not.
So Wade's the only person that you've been around in weeks.
Well, the only person I was close enough to have those disgusting bugs jump onto my hair from, yes.
Did it seem like he was itching his head and stuff while he was out with you?
Well, yeah, he was scratching his head, and yeah, he's disgusting.
Okay,
Why
so that's
would-
the reason you don't want to go out with Wade because you're positive that he gave you head lice.
Well, would you want to go out with somebody who gave you something after a date?
For me, it's my thing. Like, I like going out with people that give me things. In all different shapes and sizes.
But he's weird.
But I'm into different stuff than most people, so I guess I can see where you're coming from. Well, thanks for being honest with us, Miley. I appreciate it. I hope the lice is gone now.
Oh, yes, it's definitely gone.
Oh, it's making me itchy just
I
even talking
know.
about
Yeah,
it.
gross.
Seriously.
Hair, and
Yeah.
I'm still itchy.
Miley, I should also let you know that Wade is actually on the other line listening, too.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Wade, are you there?
Hi, Miley. I don't think I have head lice.
I don't think.
Quick reminder.
Well, maybe you should go to the doctor and get it checked out, and then go through everything I had to go through to get them removed from your hair.
Come on, I mean, this is ridiculous. I don't have head lice.
Are you calling me a liar?
No. I mean, I'm sure you had head lice.
That came out wrong.
I mean, I believe you, but I don't think maybe you didn't get it from me.
All right, smartass. Then where did I get them from? I had to go put on a special shampoo to have these disgusting bugs killed, then have a tiny little comb through all of my hair to get their carcasses removed
Oh
from
my
hair.
gosh.
So where do you think that I got these bugs from if it wasn't from you?
I don't know where you got them. Have you stayed at a hotel?
No.
I don't think you can get it that way.
I'm just saying, you can get lice from places, not just people. Like, these things, I'm sure they jump around and stuff, you know?
So you don't have lice at all, Wade?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think you would know
Yeah.
if you had lice, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have a clinical practitioner in front of me to confirm it, but
You do have lice, Wade. I saw you scratching your head the entire time we were together, and I didn't.
that's ridiculous. Just because I scratch my head?
That's a symptom of head lice. Scratching.
When you were telling this whole story, I was afraid you were going to say I had given you, gonorrhea or something. This is ridiculous.
So you have gonorrhea. That's a possibility, but head lice isn't a possibility, Wade? I don't think you're doing
I
yourself
mean, we
any
didn't sleep together, so that'd be pretty impossible, but, I actually got scared when she brought it up. And then
You got...
lice, and she's trying to say I have lice.
Wait.
So you have other things that you could have passed along to her.
No, I don't. I'm a clean person. I don't have these things. And not even to say that lice is for dirty people. Like kids at preschool get lice.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
What is lice?
It doesn't sound that way because you're like, I was so nervous.
But the gonorrhea.
Thank God it was just lice.
No, I don't have gonorrhea or any other STD. Okay, I just came out wrong.
Well,
Poor
all right.
Wade.
So now knowing this, I'd love to ask Miley if she'll go on a second date with you. Miley, would you like to go out on a second date with Wade? He could possibly have lice, but definitely doesn't have gonorrhea. We'll pay
no,
for the date.
never. No.
No?
What if he went to the doctor and got checked and it turns out he's clean? You liked him a lot at one point.
No, thank you.
Wade, I'll ask her again if you promise to take an AIDS test. Can you do
I
that?
don't have AIDS. This is ridiculous. Like,
I don't know, Wade.
I mean, this is just a downward spiral. This is getting worse. Like, I don't have any STDs.
It starts, hey, everybody knows it starts at lice and then it goes to AIDS.
This is ridiculous.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Whenever anybody says, I had to go to the doctor after going on a date with this person, it's usually never a good thing. It's never like, I had to go to the doctor because I was lovesick.
My heart hurts so bad.
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm talking about today's second date update. This guy, Wade, went out on a date with a girl named Miley. She wasn't calling him back after the date. He had no idea why. And then when we got her on the phone, it turns out that she's convinced that her date with Wade made her have head lice. She got lice from Wade. Text in at 78592 that said, Miley is basic and Wade sounds cool. Lice and everything. It just shows that anybody will date anybody in the second date updates. Every time we do one of these, no matter how bad it is, people always text in like, I'll go on a date with them.
Yeah.
So you date a lice-riddled man like Wade.
You don't. The thing is, she accused him of having lice. He said that he didn't have it. I just read an article where people were having lice because of taking selfies because they put their heads together, and it's like having a whole influx of lice infestation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who knows? She could have got it from anywhere. I'd
And
go out with him too.
She's like, you were scratching your head the whole time. I feel like he just scratched his head once, and she's like, oh my God, that was it.
She got
It's
lice
totally him.
somewhere. Maybe not from him, yeah. And she's looking back on the date like, oh my God, that guy was scratching his head the whole time, even if he wasn't. Somebody else texted in at 78592. Could be worse. Could have been crabs.
I will say,
Very true.
it was a little suspect when Wade was like, well, I thought she was going to say gonorrhea.
Yeah,
that was
But
the
she
weird thing.
didn't.
That was the weird thing. If you missed the second date update, we got the two of them on the phone, and she was saying, you gave me lice. He was like, no, I didn't give you lice. I don't have lice. I promise. But instead of just saying that, he goes, whoa, whew, man, when you said you had to go to the doctor, I thought it was going to be gonorrhea.
And so specific, not just like an STD.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And he just kept digging himself deeper and deeper. Like, no, that's not what I meant. What I meant was there are other things you could get. And it sounded like he just had every STD on the planet.
And even though
And
they,
as soon as she was like, I had to go to the doctor, he's like listing off all the things that he could possibly have given her, other than lice. He's like, dude, I have gonorrhea, not lice. Okay,
Get it
seriously.
straight.
I'm got so much chlamydia, like I'm all clammed up. I got clammed everywhere. But head lice, absolutely not. I'm not disgusting. Another text in at 78592 says, that girl is an idiot. You can get lice from just about anywhere, which is true. I mean,
Yeah.
she could have been in a cab maybe and put her head on the
Or-
back, the headrest.
she shared a girlfriend's coat who had lice, or maybe a coworker who has kids that had lice, sat in her chair, who knows?
I might have given him a chance and just been like, all right, well, go to the doctor and prove to me that you don't have lice, and maybe we'll go out again, because she said she liked him until that point.
That's always a romantic first date story.
Yeah, it is.
We met, he gave me lice, I made him prove that he didn't have it, and we fell in love.
That's what I knew.
Yeah.
I did get gonorrhea from him, however, but at least it wasn't the lice. Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, Brooke and Jubal at moving925.com. We will call the person who didn't call you back.
We have a guy named Arlo on the phone for a second date. And Arlo, I saw your email and I read all about your date. And I think the most interesting part to me was that the girl got to your place early and you didn't let her in.
That's
What?
true.
I'm curious to hear about that. But first, tell me, what's the girl's name?
Dina.
Dina. Okay. Arlo, before we get too far into this, do you know why she's not calling you back, or are you totally mystified?
I think there could be a few things.
Okay. We got options.
A few.
I like to know that, Arlo.
Okay, so let's...
Go too far in.
We'll start at the beginning when she arrived early for the date. How early is early?
Yeah.
She was at least 15 minutes early.
Okay. So wait.
15?
15? That's not too early, bro. I thought you were talking like an hour or two.
Was the date hanging out at your house, or was she just meeting you there and you guys were going somewhere?
Right, exactly. We were meeting there and then going out.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's always a good plan.
But you would still plan for her to come up to your apartment or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I always run late, so I hate people that are early.
Yeah,
personally.
me too.
So what did you say? What did you tell her when she got there?
I just said, like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not ready. Do you mind coming back in a little bit?
Coming back? Why don't you just say, I'll be right down. Give me 5.
Honestly, I wasn't really thinking. It just came out of my mouth.
Oh, got it.
Okay.
That is
So you shut the door on her?
Like a solicitor. No thanks. Come again.
Do you have an appointment?
Yeah.
Wait, what did she say to this?
To me, it sounded kind of like she didn't know what to say, but she'd say okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
think she didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
This is an interesting strategy. Keep the girl waiting before the date even starts.
That'll
Like
make her in
it.
a really good mood.
Yeah.
It's not even waiting. It's sending her home. Telling her to come back.
You're a new task.
So was it like 15 minutes later you guys then started your date, or what?
Yeah, she came back actually probably like a half hour later, which was, honestly, that was fine with me because I did need a little bit more time.
Okay.
Can I just, what were you doing?
Just had like a bunch of things I had to do before I got
Okay.
ready.
Yeah, bro,
Prepping
All right.
yourself.
don't ask a man what he was doing.
Oh,
Yes,
sorry,
bro.
Jeffrey.
We don't know. We have no idea. Okay, why are you asking all these questions?
Ever, we never know.
Just let us be. So what did you end up doing for the actual date, Arlo?
So we had talked before about how much we like breakfast food, and I knew a little cafe
yes.
down the street that served breakfast.
Okay, win. That's a great date idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're walking, and she's quiet. We're not talking.
Ooh.
I wasn't sure if, obviously, she could have been upset for the wait or if she was just hangry, I guess is what you would say.
Yeah.
We're not starting things off very well.
No.
Yeah, did pancakes and bacon fix anything?
Well, it was still like awkwardly quiet, so I tried to break the ice by talking about bad dates, like a history of bad, like
Oh, no.
History of what?
A
Bad
date.
A bad date.
I see. He's trying to make her remember other worse dates than this one so that this one comes off looking good.
You know, I actually don't think it's bad. Like, self-deprecating humor can be really funny,
But
right?
humor's all about delivery. So if he's like, hey, at least I didn't stab you like some other dates, right?
Yeah, I made the last date wait 2 hours.
Yeah. It's all about delivery. So
Yeah, this sounds really fun.
Did she laugh?
yeah, she laughed at my story.
What was your story?
This one time I went out with this girl, and when I met up with her, she was just like, I just want you to know that my dad's in the mafia, so you better treat me right.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
Do you think she was telling the truth, or was she just trying to scare you into a good date?
Well, the next day there was a horse's head in my bed.
Shut up.
No.
Get out
No,
of here.
no,
He's
no.
lying.
Oh, okay. But you are funny.
that's
You got some humor. All right.
I like it.
What about...
And it's good, too, because, like, you're admitting, like, I understand that things are not going the way I want them to.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Like, and that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
But you're not oblivious.
All a woman wants is to admit that you're wrong sometimes. What was her story?
She said something about like a date that she had with this guy where they were going to go to a concert. And when she got there, the guy, he had a girlfriend that he invited.
What?
Wow.
And then I guess the guy, to make matters worse, he asked the two of them to kiss.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
didn't see that coming.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at the guys in the room.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were supposed to be talking about bad dates,
Yeah.
not the best
Okay.
dates.
It sounds like you're getting things back on track on this date, maybe.
Yeah, it was good to kind of relate, I think. I know obviously first dates are usually awkward anyways, and
Yeah.
we got to talking,
Nice.
but then the food came out, and it was kind of bad timing because the food's so good that you didn't want to talk. All you want to do is eat.
Just scarf.
Oh.
Man,
yeah.
I feel it,
Plus,
dude.
she waited a really long time because of you.
Yeah.
She was starving.
So-
Good point, Alexis.
Okay. So how did this date end?
So we finished eating, and after the check came out and all that, I asked her if she wanted to just come back to my place.
Oh, like right then.
Yeah, like even longer just to keep the date going.
Keep the awkward silence alive.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to come back to my house and just not talk?
Yeah.
There we go.
What'd you
Same,
say?
you
That's
are
really funny.
He's charming.
Yeah.
Well, she actually said she already had plans.
Yeah.
Oh, who makes plans after a date?
Well,
That's
to be fair,
lying.
it was 30 minutes later than it was supposed to be starting. So after 2 hours together.
And sometimes you always make plans after a date. That way, one, you can cut it off when it's like
Bad.
leave them wanting more type situation.
Okay.
Or if it's bad, you have an excuse to get out.
Oh, I never
Totally.
thought of that.
Yeah.
I always leave the night open because I always
I know.
think I'm getting
I
laid,
know.
you
And do the woman usually have plans?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. It's all starting to make sense now.
All right. So she turned you down for that. Did you end it with a kiss, a hug, anything?
Just like a normal friendly hug.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's good. At
That's
least,
okay.
You know, at least you didn't completely
I mean,
disgust her. She didn't-
normally that wouldn't be great at the end of the date, but you guys came a long way to get there.
yeah.
All right. So let's play a song. We are a little bit early here, so you're going to have to wait 30 minutes.
No,
But then we'll
songs
come
are-
back and we'll call Dina and try and get you your second date, okay?
Perfect.
All right. Hold on. Hey, Arlo?
Yeah.
Look, I know I said I'd come back after the song to do your second date, but I'm not quite ready yet.
Oh.
All right. I need a little extra time. Can you just hold, please?
Okay, Jeffrey.
We don't have
We don't have time for this.
Okay.
I know it's
See what
funny.
you're trying to do, but
I'm busy, okay? Just hold on.
Oh
You're
my
not doing
god.
anything.
Just
You're literally like looking at your computer screen right
I
now.
just got to prep. Just give me a second.
You're prepping. Oh, that is.
All right. We're back for your second date. Arlo, was I worth the wait?
I can totally relate to not being ready, so
of course you can,
so that didn't
Arlo.
work.
What a
You're the only man in
coincidence.
the room that understands what Jeffrey just went through.
Well, just to recap, Arlo started his date on the wrong foot, we think, because the girl showed up to his place 15 minutes early, and he told her, no, come back later. He was busy.
Yeah.
So 30 minutes went by, and then the girl came back. They ended up having some awkward silence on the walk to the restaurant. Talked about bad dates from their past, and then had a pretty quiet meal, too. So he's not getting a call back, and we're going to try and help him figure out why.
yeah, that would be great. I'm trying to figure it out myself.
Yeah, I mean, I just think this one boils down to a bad first impression.
Yeah.
Maybe she
Yeah,
got home,
totally.
she started thinking about the date, and like that stuff just kept popping in her mind.
I also think if we can get you a second date, Arlo, the best advice I could give you would be to be 15 minutes late to even out this whole conundrum of being early and late.
He needed to be early.
No, because she was early, so if
Okay,
he's
there-
late, then they
it's-
meet in the middle.
His,
Trust me, 30
don't
minutes
don't
late.
how that
please
works.
do not follow Jose's math.
You know.
Just show up on time.
Okay, there we go. Let's move forward.
All right. Are you ready to do this, Arlo?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to call Dina right now and get your second date. Actually, you know what? Can just wait one more second. Hold,
No,
please.
oh my God, Jeffrey.
Dude,
Sorry, I had to readjust there. Okay. Here we go.
readjust.
Let's do your second date update.
Hello,
Hi, I'm looking for Dina.
this is Dina.
Hey, Dina. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Okay,
That's good.
That's good. That's a good start, Dina. Hi.
We're hoping you have a second to chat with us a little bit.
Sorry, what is this for?
It's for a segment that we do on our show called a second date. It's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if that person isn't calling you back, you can email us and we'll reach out to them for you to try and help you figure out the reason why.
Oh, great.
That's so genuine.
Yeah, I
No,
really liked your response.
It's
Dina.
more fun than it sounds. I promise, Dina.
I mean, and it does mean that someone really liked you, so that's always a positive.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they're going the extra mile to try to see you again.
Yeah, that's fine.
You busy over there?
Fine.
That's fine. Okay. Well, can I tell you a little bit about the guy who emailed us? His name's Arlo.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Uh-oh.
This is just getting better for you.
No,
clicked.
not Arlo. It's an A in there.
Were you hoping for
Okay.
somebody else?
I was hoping not to have to talk about Arlo.
Okay.
Oh, that
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
sound good.
Well, Arlo emailed us and told us all about the day that you guys spent together, and he had a lot of nice things to say about you, and now he's a little bit confused about why you're not reaching out to him.
I mean, I'm surprised he's confused. I think it's kind of obvious.
Whoa.
I mean, he told us that maybe he didn't make the best first impression and there was some awkward silence and stuff in the beginning of the date.
Is that all he said?
No, he told us that you showed up 15 minutes early and he asked you if you could come back a little bit later.
Did he tell you why?
Well, he said he was busy.
Yeah, he said
Which
he was doing stuff.
I'm surprised that you came back because that is such a weird request instead of just saying, hey, can you wait 5 minutes? I'll be down in a minute.
Yeah, if he had said that, it probably would have been better, but
Whoa.
he just made it so weird.
How?
So I got there early, and I came back like a half hour later, and when we actually met up and started talking, he was like, yeah, sorry about that. I just had to do what guys do.
What does that mean?
I hope it doesn't mean what I'm thinking it means.
Please say it's like play video games.
My mind was either pooping
Yeah.
Mhm.
or something else in the bathroom.
Oh, a different type of preparation before a date. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and so I was like, well, I'm just going to hope it was pooping.
Yeah.
It's not a good sign when that's your best option.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, please be pooping.
Maybe he was nervous and like foot and mouth type of moment, right?
I mean, maybe, but my immediate reaction, I was just like, pooping? And he was like,
Oh.
no, not that.
Wow.
Not helping the case.
Did-
I figured
He's-
it out.
Did he
He's a
say it in that same tone? Like, not that one.
Yeah.
Guess
Yeah.
again.
That's the tone that made her understand.
Oh, God.
That tone is so creepy.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
it, bruh?
It is.
It is.
I mean, where do you even go from there in a conversation?
Yeah,
like
you
you
don't.
literally have just met someone in the
Yeah.
first 5 minutes you're finding out a lot.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
okay then.
Yeah, that's why the conversation was so awkward and there was so much silence. Like, I didn't know what to say after
I
that.
imagine he's like skipping down the
Yeah.
street. like a
Oh
great
my
mood.
god.
It's a hard jumping off point for the conversation.
Right.
Yeah, that's awkward.
I mean, what do you turn it to? So, you like bacon for dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So are you saying from that moment on, it just ruined it for you and the day never got better?
At the end, it got a little better. We
Okay.
started having fun talking about like, bad dates, past.
Okay.
You're like, yeah, I went out with this guy named Arlo once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awkward.
Well, I mean, at least that's a good sign
Yeah,
that
it
maybe
is.
things were getting back on track.
Yeah, but then it came time to pay the bill,
Okay.
and
Uh-oh.
he asked if I wanted to go back to his place, which I think personally is just kind of creepy on a first date period, but it's the way he did it. He said, so I think I'm recovered from earlier. You want to go back to my place?
Oh, no.
Literally say anything
dude.
but that.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a
my
charmer.
gosh.
Oh, no wonder you said no. I mean,
I didn't even say no. I just knew I was never going to see him again.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
yeah.
I mean, honestly, I don't even know why he called us. If it sounds like he was just looking for a hookup that night.
I don't know. I mean, look, Dina, maybe you'll never see him again, but you will have to hear him again. Because I need to tell you, he's been on the other line listening and he wants to talk to you.
He heard this?
Yeah.
He needed to hear it, Dina. This is a good lesson. Okay,
Arlo, you there?
I'm here.
Arlo, what are you doing?
Don't ask that. Oh, my
Oh.
God.
Bro.
2 hands on the phone,
I
please.
just mean like.
Arlo, explain yourself,
Yes.
is what we're trying to say.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Oh.
So no one in the studio.
No,
Well,
it's,
wait,
no,
so
no, again.
You
again,
really
no.
did this, Arlo? You actually told her, or at least hinted at her, what you were doing?
I mean, she asked. You know, I wasn't gonna lie to
Oh
her. I
my
mean,
god.
He's honest.
It just-
You don't have to lie. You just don't bring up that
Yeah.
specific
Exactly.
You
activity.
could have just said I was busy.
I was though. I was really busy. And
Okay. No, we get it, man.
Dina, are you even still there?
Yeah, I'm here, and he's not making it better.
So, I mean, Arlo, I think you need to try saying something to Dina to get her to see you're not a horrible person.
Or just a creepy. That's not being a horrible
Well, you know what
person.
I mean. Like, you're not some weirdo
There it
that's
is.
telling girls what you're doing all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, listen. I'm a normal guy that does normal guy things, and I do normal guy things often. But
Okay.
Okay, stop saying normal guy things a million times,
I'm
Arlo.
also a normal guy, bro, just so you know.
yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
I know too much.
No, it's not just the beginning of the date. It's how you ended it, too. Telling her you recovered.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
In my defense, she already knew what I did before. I already told her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's probably wondering if I'm ready to go, and yeah, I was.
I don't know. Dina, were you wondering that?
Is that the thought you had? Is that what was going through your mind?
No, that wasn't what was on my mind at all.
Oh, shocker.
We should have, what was on your mind, Dina?
Not that.
Yeah. Shocking.
Okay.
I mean, nobody could have guessed that in the room. All right.
It really feels like you guys are all piling on me right now, and it doesn't feel fair at all. I mean, this is what guys do. It's normal. I was just answering her question and trying to just be cool.
We're not saying the action wasn't normal.
Yeah, it's
okay,
timing.
we're saying that the discussion was too much.
There it is.
And now I have images of things piling on top of each other for some reason. This is not good. We need to end this.
Gotta go do some guy stuff.
Yeah, I know. Let me just ask, Dina, would you like to go out on another date with Arlo? We'll pay for it.
Let me guess.
No.
Yeah.
I should have bet money first.
Didn't see it coming. Arlo, man, you just go hang up, go do what guys do.
Yeah,
Okay.
Maybe you'll feel a little bit better.
Think about us.
Okay.
No, please don't.
No.
Please don't.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A guy named Cody is on the phone for a second date update today, and he said his date was a disaster. But in his email, he said the girl that he met actually showed up looking better than her profile picture. So I don't know how anything could be a disaster after that. Cody, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you guys doing?
Okay, so your date was a disaster?
It was.
Was it your fault, Cody?
It was my fault, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know that, though. That's good.
Find out more about that in just a second. But first, tell us about the girl you want to call. What's her name?
Her name's Natalie.
Natalie. And you said she actually showed up looking better than her profile picture? That's rare.
Yeah, I mean, we met on Tinder, and I got to the bar early because I wanted to be there to kind of scope out a good place to wait and just to be ready. And, she walked through the door, and, yeah, she looked even better than she looked on Tinder. And
Awesome.
Did you act shocked when you talked to her? Like, oh my God.
Yeah. Hopefully not.
I was like, oh, man, you looked only okay, but no.
Yeah.
That could have been a disaster.
Like, you are horribly photogenic. Like, in person, way more beautiful.
You take terrible pictures. Not at all.
What was your actual interaction like?
So she came in, she saw me, she came right over, gave me like a big hug.
Good.
And I have to admit, I was like immediately really nervous. Like, okay, is this too good to be true? Everything's got to go well. And, so we're like looking over the menu to order a drink. And she was like, hey, would you mind doing Jell-O shots?
Whoa.
Dude, I like this girl.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, who's going to turn down Jell-O shots? This is really going great. And so we were like doing Jell-O shots, and she's talking about like family vacations to her family's lake house. And
Awesome.
like she's, like really opening up right off the bat.
Like she's talking about taking you to her family vacation spot, or just in general?
She was talking about it in general, but I felt like she was maybe going there. But
Okay.
Plus, you might have been drunk or something at that point. I mean, it doesn't sound like a disaster at all, unless those Jell-O shots led to more Jell-O shots, which led to other kinds of shots, and then it became a disaster.
it was not a disaster at that point, but hang with me. We're getting to the disaster part.
Okay.
So honestly, I'm feeling like everything's going great, right? She looks great. She's opening up about her family. Maybe she's going to invite me to, this lake house. We're getting kind of drunk. And I start to notice this smell.
At the bar?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
And I'm like kind of sniff around a little bit without being too obvious.
Mm.
And after a few minutes, I'm like, oh, crap. It's me. Not oh, crap. I didn't crap myself. Didn't mean to say oh, crap.
I was going to say, that would definitely be a bad thing to do on a date. So you smelled?
Yeah, I smelled.
I don't get it. Like you farted or what?
Like deodorant?
No, B.O. I mean, I plan on going home after work to shower, but work went a little too late.
Oh.
It was like one of those in-betweens where like I didn't have enough time to go home to shower, but I had more than enough time to get to the bar, so I took a walk there.
Oh.
Okay, so you're nice and ripe.
Ripe, yeah.
And then, got really nervous right off the bat, which I'm sure kicked into all of that. It just was, it was a hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you read.
What'd you do? Just keep your arms to your side the whole time?
No, I excused myself to go to the bathroom and tried to wash my pits, wash a little down there because the Jell-O shots had me feeling optimistic.
Down there, too. So you took a little hooker shower. in the bathroom?
Yeah, sure. That sounds about right. And I used the hand soap, and I came back, and almost immediately it started to sting down there.
Wait, you put hand soap down there? Like, and just tried to splash water?
I just wanted to make sure if we got to that business, it was smelling all right down there.
Yeah. I just wish I could have walked in on you in the bathroom. That would have been nice and awkward.
It wasn't good. So I had to excuse myself again, and now she's kind of like, "What's up? Why all these bathroom trips?" And I'm like, "I'll just be right back."
Okay.
And I go to the bathroom, and this is where it gets so much worse. I'm like trying to wash it off.
Oh no!
I'm getting water all over myself. I literally just like ditched my underwear at this point.
Oh my God!
Now I've got like water all down the front of my pants. And so, like, it's one of those eco-friendly bathrooms. There's no hand towels. It's just a blow dryer.
Oh, my God. And you're just, like, standing naked in the bar bathroom at this point is what it sounds like.
I've got my shirt on. But, yeah, no, I'm trying to dry off my pants in the hand dryer.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
So did you come back to the table drenched?
Or naked?
You just decided to ditch all the clothes altogether?
No, yeah, that would have been a move. No, I came back. And I think I just couldn't get my pants dry, and I was just like really sweating at this point, and just launched into this whole tirade on modern toilets. I was like, "Hey, I'm really sorry. The toilet exploded on me. Modern toilets are all too powerful." It's almost like an outer body experience hearing this crazy man talk about the toilet power.
Okay. What was her attitude at this point?
Rightfully so. She's like, "Hey, maybe we should reschedule."
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right.
Right, but ouch.
And did the date end right there then?
Well, at that point, I also thought that was probably the best decision. So I'm like, yeah, we should totally reschedule. Look, honestly, I was having a great time. I think, like, this could be great. And, you know, I think I probably, in some desperation, maybe threw out a few more. I had a great time at her. And then we parted ways. And I've reached out to her a few times, and not shockingly, she hasn't responded. But I just feel like she's pretty awesome. I really screwed it up. Like, I would just like the chance for her to get to know me and to go on a second date.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you missed the first part of today's second date update, a dude named Cody is on the phone, and he didn't get intimate with his date on his first date, but he did get intimate with a hand dryer in a bar bathroom. So if you missed it, Cody went out with this girl named Natalie. He met her on Tinder. She showed up actually looking better than her profile picture. But during the date, he noticed that he smelled a bit funky because he hadn't showered. He didn't have time to do that after work. So he went to the bathroom and tried to clean up using the hand soap in the bathroom, but after his first try, he went back to the table and he washed his downstairs, and it started to sting a little bit because he didn't get all the soap off. So went back to the bathroom and tried again, and then just ended up getting his pants all wet, and it was awkward when he went back to the table. And they decided to end things there, and he hasn't heard from her since. Cody, you ready to do the second part of your second date update?
I'm ready.
And are you wanting to be fully honest with her? Because honestly, like, if you said, "Hey, you were really beautiful. I got really nervous. I had a funk going because I was at work. I tried to fix it and things just went wrong." Like, I feel like she should be understanding.
I don't really want to get into that. I definitely don't want you
Okay.
guys to be the one to say it. Like, you know, if you can get her on the phone, let's see how it goes.
Well, I mean, she noticed that your pants and stuff were wet, though,
I
right?
feel like the reason is better than making something up.
No, but he blamed it on the toilet, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
But that's even weirder, man. You're like battling a toilet.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing was just really bad. I'm just hoping we can save it because she's a quality girl.
All right, well, we'll try. I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
All right, thank you.
Hello,
Hi, may I speak to Natalie, please?
this is Natalie.
Natalie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm good. I'm sorry. Who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, okay. How can I help you?
Hi. Well, I don't know. Have you heard of the show before?
It sounds a little familiar. I'm not sure exactly.
Well, the first thing you can help with is maybe listening once and seeing if you like it. And then other than that, we got an email about you from somebody who does listen to the show.
Okay.
So we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and ask what happened.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think I have heard of this before. It's that, like, roses, something to do with, like, roses, right?
No, very similar, though. Yeah. Similar, but no, it's a little bit different. But you went out with a dude named Cody, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Well, Cody emailed us, and we talked to him, and he told us about your date. He said that he liked you a lot, but he also said that you're not calling him back.
That is true.
Okay, and Cody wants to know why.
He had really nice things to say about you. He thought you were a quality woman.
Oh, well, that's very nice. I don't know exactly what to say. It was definitely one of the most awkward dates I've been on.
What was so awkward about it?
I don't know exactly what it was. Like, he was just clearly having a hard time that night.
Like with everything or just towards the end?
It was like sort of started towards like the middle, I guess. And then it just kept getting like stranger, and then we ended up just deciding like, hey, let's just call it a night and maybe like reschedule.
How so? What do you mean by stranger?
So he was definitely very sweaty, I guess, which was like fine at first, like whatever, but like he kept going to the bathroom, and one of the times this guy who actually came out of the bathroom and came over to me and was like, hey, are you with that guy? And he's like, I don't know what his deal is, but he just offered me $40 to switch pants with him.
What? And the guy told you that?
Oh.
Yeah.
That is so weird. What did you think?
I didn't know what to say. I was like, oh, okay. It was so weird. And like at this point, I'm like, all kinds of things are creeping into my mind. I'm like, whatever it is, it must have been like bad or gross to like try to switch pants with a stranger in the bathroom.
Yeah, but then don't you feel bad for him?
I did feel bad. Like, what do you do? So I'm just sitting there.
So what do you think happened while he was in there?
I don't know if he had an accident, like pooped himself in the bathroom.
That's what you think happened.
Yeah, I don't know what else to think. Like, it must have been bad. It must have been gross. He was like all flustered and everything. And it's just like, before I was like, yeah, let's do these Jello shots. Like, I'll probably make out with this guy tonight. And now if I think about that, I'm thinking about gross things. I'm like, I don't even know how that'll work.
Yeah.
So I do feel bad. I haven't texted him back, but like, I just like, I don't know how to get past that.
Well, you don't have to feel too bad because you can talk to him right now. He's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah, I think he's still there. Cody, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah.
Oh my God. I would not have said that much about it if I knew.
You thought I pooped myself?
I mean, what was I supposed to think?
Yeah.
Right, she's still thinking you pooped yourself. Yeah, like right now, she's thinking you didn't. Like,
I've never pooped myself. I would never have pooped myself. I don't
we've
know.
all pooped.
I mean, I'm sure you have at some point in your life.
I mean,
I'm not like judging you because it happened. I'm just like, I don't know.
It didn't happen.
So like,
it didn't happen.
I'm serious. It really didn't happen. I didn't.
Okay, then Cody, if you really didn't poop your pants, then like, what the hell was going on?
Okay, so I was gonna go home and shower after work to get ready for the date, but I didn't have time, so like I walked to the restaurant and I got a little bit sweaty, and then you walked into that place and I was just stunned by you, and I got really nervous. Like, you were more than I expected, and once like the date started happening, you were really cool, and
then he pooped himself.
No, you're making
No, I didn't. I didn't poop myself. Please stop.
Okay.
It does sound like you're leading up to nervous diarrhea. I'm going to agree with it.
No,
I've never had nervous diarrhea in my life.
I'm sorry, Cody. He didn't poop himself.
No, you didn't.
I swear. I had BO. Like, you didn't smell that? Like, it smelled like vinegar.
Vinegar
I mean, I honestly, like, I didn't smell anything at the beginning of the date. I don't know what you were doing in the bathroom if it wasn't that, but I feel like you're just trying to make up an excuse about it, which I understand it's embarrassing, but like,
No, I'm not making up an excuse. Not at all. That's the truth. I was at BO.
So what'd you do in the bathroom, Cody? You got to finish the story.
Yeah, please.
So I wasn't carrying deodorant with me. So when I went to the bathroom, the only thing I could do was wash my my piss with water and hand soap, but then I was thinking, like, I don't know, maybe it was the Jello shots. But I was thinking, maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe tonight we'll go pretty far. And so I washed my with hand soap.
You should have stuck with poop in your pants.
And when I came back, it was stinging really badly. And I started to sweat more, and I went back to the bathroom to try to get the soap off of my junk, and it obviously made a big wet mess, and like I threw out my underwear there. It still sounds like I pooped myself. I didn't poop myself. I got really wet. And I was trying to dry myself off with a hand dryer. I mean, it was like the worst.
Cody, I don't know if you're telling the truth, which I'm still not really sure if you are. When you first showed up, I did find you attractive, and I thought you had kind of like a manly smell. If anything, it was kind of a turn on. Like nothing smelled gross or weird. Like that's why I said, like, let's grab some Jello shots.
She liked your sweaty armpits.
So I don't know. The lengths you went to seem, if that's what happened, seem a little extra.
Seem a little extra. That's a very good way to put it.
I mean, to hear you say that when you felt that my smell was manly, it's so frustrating to hear. I went through all those steps. I did all that craziness, and you actually liked the smell. It's, I feel so stupid.
Well, Natalie, would you like to go on a second date with Cody? We'll pay for it. He can get all sweaty before he shows up and knows that he doesn't have to take a shower in the bathroom.
It's actually a really good sign, Natalie, that you have that type of chemistry with this dude.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm serious.
I mean, we did. That was before. Like, now I still don't know. I don't know.
Come on, who doesn't want to start their love story with a good poop story?
I don't. That's the problem. I don't, but I don't know.
Well, knowing now that he didn't go to the bathroom on himself, he was just feeling sweaty and gross. Would you like to go out with him again?
Give him another chance.
Yeah, come on, we'll pay.
If it's not true, all that stuff makes him seem a little crazy. But I don't know.
I promise I'm normal. I promise to just.
It's always, yeah.
That's what normal people always say, Cody.
I know. I was like, that's what you want to hear. I do feel bad about not texting him back because I did say we'd reschedule. So, I'm not promising anything. I just want to maybe we could meet up, a little friendly-ish and just see how it goes.
Okay, is that good?
I'll take it.
All right. Well, there you go. Good. Well, congratulations, Cody. You got a second date.
Kind of.
I'm going for a run right now.
Yeah, get nice and sweaty.
Yeah.
Now ADT can help protect your family at home and on the go. Get started with ADT's best offer, an ADT starter kit and security camera installed free. A savings of $449. Plus, you'll get ADT Go, the new family mobile safety app and service for 24/7 emergency response. Go to ADT.com/podcast today to take advantage of ADT's best offer with 36-month monitoring contract, easy pay and QSP. Early termination and activation fees apply. Additional charge for ADT Go premium services after 3/31/18. Certain markets excluded. Licenses available at ADT.com. Offer ends April 1st.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If I were to describe the guy who's on the phone for a second date update today, if I were to describe his first date with a newspaper headline, it would probably read, "Spontaneous first date spontaneously combusts."
Oh.
Leaving one survivor. And that would be Sean, who's on the phone for a second date update right now. What's up, Sean?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good. Would that be a pretty accurate headline?
I'd have to say yeah.
Oh, no. That's not a good fate for the girl you went out with.
Your email was a little confusing, so why don't you tell me exactly what happened?
Okay, so it was a weird night. I was supposed to hang out with some friends, and they couldn't show up. They texted me, hey, we're not going to make it. So I'm just wandering around downtown, bored, alone. So I jumped on Tinder and said, hey, let's see if I can find someone that's close by. Maybe I could find something else to get into,
I like that. You are taking lemons and making lemonade, sir.
Hey, it's what you got to do, man.
Right?
All right. So tell us about the lemonade.
Okay, so the lemonade's name is Nina.
All right, Nina Lemonade. I like it.
And Nina's
All right.
Sweet, tart, too sugary. What'd you think of the Nina Lemonade?
I gotta say, the Nina Lemonade was awesome. So we ended up meeting at a bar. She was
Okay.
hanging out already with her friends, and she was like, hey, why don't you just come by, meet up with us? We're already out, we're close by. So it's a pretty safe situation. And so when I met her, she was cute. I mean, she was like hot in a weird, quirky way. Like she's not like that girl that you walk in and it's like everything stops. But she was like sexy librarian hot.
Okay.
So she's business as usual hot. Like she's not hot where everything stops. She's hot where everything just goes on about its normal pace, and she's just in there looking okay.
Like that.
I did not follow that at all. What you guys just said about
subtle hot.
Or
she's
parking
not-
lot hot. I like to call that parking lot hot. Like you walk by her and you're like, you walk by her in the parking lot, you're like, all right, she was okay, and then you just continue on to your car. She was parking lot hot.
Why are you in the parking lot? I'm so confused. She was beautiful, is what I hear.
She was a step up from parking lot hot. She was that middle school teacher that if you see her at the bar, you'd still go for it.
Okay, listen, no girl wants
All right,
to
got
be
it.
compared to a middle school teacher or something that you look at in a parking lot.
No, but she's compared to a hot middle school teacher. Completely different. We're on the same page here, Sean.
Oh my God.
So,
I'm so lost.
how did the whole evening go, though, with her?
All right, so first impressions, I went baller on her, and I bought drinks for her and all her girlfriends.
Nice.
Okay.
It was all good. We were having great conversation. I was flowing with her and her girls. I was on point with my jokes. And then, I thought I really must have been doing well because her girls branched off and gave me some alone time with her.
Oh, that is a good sign.
Yeah.
Because if your girls co-sign on it, then your foot's in the door, right?
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I've been out with my girlfriends when they've had a Tinder date meet up with them, and he did not turn out very good, so we did not leave her side.
Oh.
Yeah, because then you're like, you shall not pass.
Yeah. Well, you're just trying to help her out, man. But she was obviously into it if her girls left.
Exactly. So then we're hanging out, we're sort of kicking it and nuzzled up a little bit, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And so she said, oh, wait, you know what? I got to run to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. So I'm waiting, and she never comes back.
What?
Oh, the ultimate diss.
So she ditched you.
Oh.
Dude, but this is the weird part. Now it gets even weirder, right? Her girlfriends are still in the next room.
Wait, so she's not hanging out with her girlfriend? She's like gone.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. I said, okay, well, maybe she's in the next room with her girlfriends, and they got caught up talking about something or whatever, running. You know how girls do. So I go in there, and I'm like, hey, where's Nina? And they were like, we don't know. I said, what? Like, it's only 2 rooms here. It's where you are and where we were. She's not here, and she's not with you. You don't know where your friend is? They're really playing dumb. They're like, no, we don't know. Last we saw her, she was with you. So I'm thinking, okay, they're running some kind of game on me, but I don't even understand because it's not like I was some cheapskate. I bought them all drinks. If they're running game, they should have just kept pimping me for the drinks, right?
Right. Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't know.
Totally.
It's sometimes not worth it, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we're women. We make our own money. We can pay our own drinks. We don't need to hang out with you if you really suck that bad.
Okay, that's fine, but would you leave your girlfriend with a guy that you felt sucked really bad?
No.
Exactly, right?
Well,
So,
I like how Jose answered. She was like, no, I would never leave my girls. Are you kidding me?
right,
I think that question was more for Brooke.
Sorry,
but would you
Brooke.
leave your girls with the guy that you thought sucked?
it is interesting. Did you text her? And
that's the thing, yeah. So I'm texting her. I called her. She's not picking up, and her girls are still playing dumb. Like, they don't know where she is. They can't get in contact with her either.
Okay.
What are you supposed to do at that point?
Can I ask you, did the group of girlfriends seem concerned that she was gone?
They didn't seem concerned, which was even weirder.
Then I think they were lying to you. They knew where
knew?
she was. Yeah, because if you don't know where someone is and they really just take off, then I would be worried. I'd be like, oh my God, what did she say to you? Why did she go?
Unless they're one of those friends who always takes off. Like, who always just gets drunk and wandered off. You're like,
That's true.
whatever.
That's just her.
I don't know what happened, man. I mean, I want to get to the bottom of it. I want to figure out what happened.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
interesting. And it sucks. You got ditched twice in one night, man.
Exactly. My president, she got me.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, and then call her and get your second date update, okay?
Awesome.
All right, just go hang out over there. We're going to go to the bathroom real quick. We'll be right back. All right, we'll do it next.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you just tuned in to today's second date update, Sean is on the phone, and Sean is good at a lot of things. Well, I don't really know the other things, but I know Sean is good at getting ditched. That's pretty much what Sean is good at.
Oh, wow.
He got ditched by his friend, so he was looking for somebody to hang out with. Then he hopped on Tinder, and then he found a girl named Nina to hang out with. He showed up to the bar where she was at, hung out with her and her friends for a while, and then Nina kind of dipped out, and even the friends didn't know where she went. So he's wondering what happened to Nina because she hasn't called him back since he met her that night. All right, Sean, you ready to go?
Yeah, and for the record, your recap really did wonders for my self-esteem. I appreciate it.
Sean.
I was hoping it would help, Sean. We're here for you, though, okay?
Yeah, I can tell. Thanks.
Yeah, at least for like another 5 minutes or so, and then we're done.
Now, do you just want to find out where she went, or do you actually want to go out with this girl again?
I mean, I was very interested. You know, I thought we had a little something going on. So, yeah, of course I want to know what happened and where she went, but I'd be interested in going out again if she could explain this.
Okay, but if she can't and she just said you suck and I left, then we shouldn't
That's
ask.
a different story. I mean, I'm glad that you found her, so at least I know she is alive.
Okay.
All right, cool. Well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now, see if we can get your second date update, okay?
All right, man.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Nina, please?
This is Nina.
Oh, good. You're safe. Nina, I've been worried about you.
Okay, who is this?
Oh, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. This is Brooke.
Hey, Nina.
And Jose is the guy that you just heard laugh.
Okay. Why am I talking to a bunch of people?
Because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them after, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and find out what happened. And you recently met up with one of our listeners, but now you're not talking to him.
Okay, this is weird.
Yes.
I know. I figured it would be. But his name is Sean.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, he seems like a really cool guy.
What?
Wait, hold on, Nina. Why are you being so nonchalant about this whole thing? Because he said that you ditched him.
I ditched him?
Yeah, that's what he says.
He said you went to the bathroom and, didn't come back, ditched him.
Oh my God. I guess I did. Oh God.
I'm so confused.
I can't believe I did that. That was so mean.
Yeah.
How are you not? I am so confused by you right now, Nina.
Me too.
Yeah, how did you
I know.
How'd you ditch him on accident? And then why haven't you responded to his phone calls or anything?
To be honest, when I went to the bathroom, I I accidentally met up with my ex, and
Okay.
you know, obviously we're no longer together, but we just have this chemistry, and whenever we see each other, we just hook up. We can't seem to keep our hands off each other, and I just, you know.
When you went to the bathroom, you ran into your ex and went home with him?
Yeah, we just, you know. But you know how it is when there's passion for someone. I honestly forgot about Sean, and I was just in the moment, and we took off, you know, and I ended up spending the rest of the night with him. I'm really sorry. I feel terrible.
But how are you just now realizing that you ditched Sean in this whole thing?
I know. It was just, we just had so much fun that night. I guess I just completely forgot about Sean.
Okay. Why not call him back or text him back after he tried to get a hold of you?
I felt a little weird afterward, you know. I didn't want to tell him. I didn't want to lie to him. I just kind of figured it was a quick situation and he would go away. So I just kind of left it at that.
I think that's pretty understandable.
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
The only problem is, Nina, he hasn't gone away because he's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
Are you serious right now? Is this really real life?
Are you serious? You had him waiting on the phone to talk to me this whole time? What's wrong with you guys? Oh, my God.
I'm sorry, but yeah, he was waiting this whole time to talk to you, and now I guess he knows the truth.
What kind of person does this? You actually forgot that we were in the middle of a date? How could you just forget that a human being even exists because you bump into some dude?
Oh my God, Sean! First of all, I was drunk, and we I literally had just met you. What was it, 45 minutes?
So after
You're a
you
nice
sobered up,
guy, but
So after you sobered up, you saw my text, you saw that you missed calls. No, nothing in you. There was no remorse. No, oh man, that's pretty messed up. Nothing. No.
I mean, I feel bad about it, but I kind of figured it was such a quick hookup, and I thought I said goodbye to you before I left. So, I forgot. I was, like I said, I had a few drinks, so I wasn't thinking clearly.
We're on a first date, Nina. I mean, and you just go hook up with your ex-boyfriend. You don't sound like you're all that broken up about it. I mean,
I do feel bad about it, but come on, we met on Tinder, dude. I mean, it's not like you're gonna propose to me or anything. So I didn't think it was a big deal. I mean, I guess maybe at some point I would have reached. I just really didn't put a lot of thought into it.
at some point, what were you going to wait till I had a birthday? I mean,
No, I figured I would call you at some point, but I was just wrapped up with my ex, and I wasn't really putting a lot of focus on it.
Nina.
oh my God.
I know. I feel so bad for you, Sean. Nina, that is really messed up that you just ditched somebody. He had a bad night to begin with. He had already been ditched by his friends.
Well, first of all, not everybody has an ex like my ex. Okay, this guy, well, I won't even get into that. And I mean, I do feel bad for Sean. I just never thought it was that deep, really.
You know what? Now I don't even feel as bad. I don't even feel as bad. Because you know what I did? So I wouldn't take a total loss for the night. I hooked up with one of her girlfriends.
No
way!
You did not tell us that before, Sean.
Wait a minute. What? You did what?
Oh, now it matters? Now it matters?
Wait a
I
minute.
hooked up.
Who was it? Who did you hook up with?
I mean, why does it matter? I'm just some guy you were going to call at his birthday. I mean,
No,
what difference does it make?
It doesn't even matter. I bet I know who it was anyway. It's she's a slut in the group. But now I'm really confused because if you did that, why are you going through all this trouble to contact me? Why don't you just go with her?
That's a good point.
Why are you contacting me?
I mean, I was a little more interested in you, but, I'm over that now, obviously.
Well, you're not. I mean, it's sounding all confusing to me because if you're interested in me, why are you hooking up with one of my friends?
Oh, let me
Dude, that's not cool.
Let me use your drunk excuse. Oh, I was drunk, so, it just kind of happened.
Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
All right. Well, on this note, Nina, I would like to ask you if you would like to go out with Sean again on a second date. We will pay for it.
That's a very generous offer, but I think I will respectfully decline.
Oh my God! I wanted you guys to go out again to see who you'd actually end up going home with that night.
Well, maybe you can pay for him to go out with. Okay.
I mean, good. I mean, I don't want to go out with you again anyway. I mean, honestly, your girlfriend was a little hotter than you, and then there was a couple other ones that I might be more interested in that was in that party anyway. So
Okay. So now Sean's got all the girls.
This is why I should meet up with guys on Tinder. I am done with that whole situation. I mean, you have completely turned me off. And if I'm going to be meeting jerks like you, then nah, not even worth it.
Whoa.
That's fine. Yeah, stick to guys that dump you in real life.
Oh, my God.
My gosh.
All right, well, thank you very much, you guys. And at least, hey, Sean, look at it this way. Now that you're kind of an ex of hers, you went on a date, next time you see her out with another dude, you might be able to hook up with her. It all works out.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
A text in at 78592 that says, can you give me Sean's number? I'd love to go out on a date with him and then run into my ex and sleep with my ex, too. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, this dude Sean wanted to call a girl named Nina. They met while they were out at the bar. Actually, he got ditched by his friends, and then he found her on Tinder, and he met up with her, and then she ditched him as well. So he couldn't figure out what happened. We got her on the phone, and she actually sort of forgot about Sean when they were hanging out because she ran into her ex, and her ex apparently is one of those people that no matter what, you can't get enough of. So she left the bar with her ex and just forgot that she was hanging out with Sean and then didn't want to call him back because she's like, whatever, we hung out for a couple hours. I don't need to get back to him. And yeah, she told Sean that she ditched him that night so she could go have fun with her ex.
Oh, man. I think everyone understands that there's that one ex that you hook up with no matter what, but there's still some sort of niceties that you have to do in ending another date before you make that happen.
Yeah, or at least say goodbye to the guy,
Right.
Be like, hey, it was really cool meeting up with you, but my ex is awesome in the bedroom.
You can leave that information out.
I haven't tested you out yet, so you can understand. I'm going to stick with the old reliable here on this one.
I would hate to date you.
She just didn't have any remorse, man.
No, she didn't care at all.
She was intense.
Well, apparently so was their lovemaking.
Yeah,
So
well.
that's why.
Text in 78592. Do you have a relationship like that with your ex? I'm curious how many people out there would actually ditch somebody on a first date to hook up with their ex. And if you want to do a second date update, remember, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Young Jeffrey's Song of the Week coming up in just a few minutes at 8:10.
Now ADT can help protect your family at home and on the go. Get started with ADT's best offer, an ADT starter kit and security camera installed free. A savings of $449. Plus, you'll get ADT Go, the new family mobile safety app and service for 24/7 emergency response. Go to ADT.com/podcast today to take advantage of ADT's best offer with 36-month monitoring contract, easy pay and QSP. Early termination and activation fees apply. Additional charge for ADT Go premium services after 3/31/18. Certain markets excluded. Licenses available at ADT.com. Offer ends April 1st.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A lot of times in dating, you'll meet somebody who's too good to be true. You know what I mean? They have like everything that you want, except there's something wrong with them. I know for me, I met this girl one time, too good to be true. She was not the brightest,
Yeah.
hot, and mute. And I was like, she has everything that I look for in a woman, and then come to find out she's super close with her family, and I can't date a girl who's close with her family.
there it
So it just
goes.
ruined it for me. I was like, that is way too good to be true.
Where's
man.
the daddy issues when you need them?
I know, it sucked.
Gosh, yeah,
Well,
it's such a hard life.
Mary is on the phone with us, and she thinks that she met a guy who is too good to be true. His name is Ray, and that's who she wants us to call today. Hi, Mary. How are you?
Hey, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Thank you for your email. Appreciate it. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Ray, the guy that you want to call today?
Okay, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm nervous, but I'm glad to, I don't know, I appreciate it. Okay, so I met him at the gym. I just saw him like on an elliptical machine, and I kind of couldn't take my eyes off him, but I had to try hard too, so he didn't notice. And I actually timed my walk to the water fountain in a way as he was wrapping up,
Nice move, Mary.
So you waited till he was walking to the water fountain, then you jumped on his back, and you said, hey, my name's Mary.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Was that the first time you had ever seen him before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I kind of timed it, and my timing was certainly on my side because our eyes just locked, and he said, hey, and I said, oh, hi, like real casual, like I had never noticed him. And we just talked, and it was instant that we had a connection. Joking was really easy, lighthearted, and everything just kind of fell into place. So he suggested we get some sushi the next night, and I said, sure.
So your email said that you think that he's too good to be true. Why is that?
Oh my God, he is too good to be true. Well, he has a great smile. Like that was the first thing that I noticed. Okay, and I thought, but that's a smile, right? But everything else is in place. He's never been divorced. He doesn't speak badly about women or his mom. He, great job. I'm so used to guys where I have to pay the bill, and I don't mind sharing, but like they're never on top of it financially. He works in finance. He's stable. He's a gentleman. He pulls a chair out for me. He's polite.
That's it.
What kind of guys do you normally go out with, Mary?
Musicians and guys who are really interesting, but nothing against musicians. I don't mean that, but they're just like people who are, even if they say they work in finance, they're not stable. They're still living at home, or I don't know. They never have enough money.
The way that you described everything about him that's good, though, I just picture you out with like guys who have no job that are just like, chicks, right? Aren't they stupid? Hey, pay the bill. I'm so angry about women right now.
Well, maybe you don't know what it's like being a woman, but the thing is, when you start dating guys, like maybe they've been divorced and they've been so hurt that they can't trust women again, or this comes out. And this guy just didn't have any. He's too good. That's what I mean. He's too good to be true. There are no issues.
How did the date go?
It went great. It was easy again, just talking.
Awesome.
It just seemed comfortable. And, he leaned towards me and, he complimented my dress and how I looked. And he saw me in the gym. I was sweatier. And, I was dressed up more for a date. And he kissed me on the cheek, which is fine because it's the first date. I don't mind that it's not on the lips. I wouldn't have minded if it was, but I don't mind that it wasn't. But it's 5 days later, and there's nothing. And I know he mentioned, I think he did say he was dating other people right now. So something came up, and he's such a perfect guy that, of course, I know he's going to be dating other guys. We're not in a relationship. I get it. I'm saying, don't worry.
Oh my gosh, you are a lot right now.
Yeah.
You can slow down a little bit.
Whoa.
Why hasn't I? I just thought it worked so well. I thought maybe by the third day I'd get a text about getting together another week,
And I apologize if I didn't hear this. You said a lot of words very quickly, and I may have missed it. How long has it been since you heard from this guy?
5 days.
5 days.
Yeah, 5 days.
And have you seen him at the gym?
No. Ask me if I've gone every day. Yes.
Yeah,
So
kidding.
why do you think he's not calling you back then, if the date went so well?
I mean, either it's some horrible thing about myself I don't know, or I'm just in the rotation of all the girls he can go out with, and when it's my turn, after the 10th girl, check in again, because I think he's probably very popular.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's so good.
Yeah, he's not going to ever want for a date, ever.
Okay. Sounds like you're in love. Are you in love, Mary?
I'm in great like. Put
Great
it that way.
like.
I have a
Great
crush.
like.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
We're in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, Mary is on the phone. Today, she wants to call a guy named Ray. They met at the gym, and according to her, she thinks that he's too good to be true. He's everything that she's ever wanted in a man. But it's been 5 days since she texted him, and he has not responded. So we're about to call him, get him on the phone, and find out why he's not getting back to Mary. Mary, I do have a question for you, and I don't want you to be offended by this, but you sound a little obsessed with Ray. Okay?
Oh, really?
It's not necessarily a bad thing. I just want to know, like, on a scale of you want to wear his shirt to sleep at night so you can get his scent to I want to wear his skin every day for the rest of my life. Where do you fall in between that scale on obsession?
In the middle.
In the middle. Okay, good. That's okay.
He's
That's
a great guy. You don't find him very often. I'm going to tell you the truth.
I think it's perfectly fine to be excited about this guy.
Huge crush.
I know. And I assume you've done extensive Google searching on him as well.
As much as possible. Family has to do that today. It's normal.
You didn't find anything weird, though, right?
No, nothing.
Of course not. He's the perfect man. She Googled his name and a picture of James Bond showed up. That's how perfect of a man he is. All right, well, I'm about to dial the phone number and get him on the phone and find out why he's not responding to you, okay?
Oh, God, thank you. I'm so nervous, but thank you. Thank you.
Well, just relax.
Appreciate your help.
We'll get him on the phone. We'll do this for you.
So cute.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We're sorry.
Obviously, he's not perfect.
Oh, my gosh, did he disconnect his number because I texted him?
No, I don't. I think I probably dialed the wrong number. Let me try again, okay?
Oh my God.
Okay.
I hope that he didn't, like, cancel his phone because of you texting him.
Oh no.
That doesn't make sense, does it?
No, it doesn't. I think you're okay. Let me just, it's probably my fault. I misdial numbers all the
I
time.
hope.
There we go.
Hello?
Hey, I was looking for Ray.
Yeah, this is him. Who is this?
Hey, Ray, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, what is this in regard to?
It's in regards to a date that you recently went on.
Yeah, I didn't sign up for any date making or anything like that.
I know you didn't, Ray. I host a radio show. It's called Brooke and Jubal in the morning, and you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners, and they asked us to call you.
Okay, you're going to have to be a little bit more specific because I go out with a lot of women.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Her name is Mary, and you met her at the gym.
Oh, okay. I remember Mary.
She says that she's tried to reach out to you since your date, but you haven't responded, so she's wondering if she did something wrong. I know it's a weird phone call. It's a segment that we do on our show called the Second Date Update. If you don't call somebody back after a date and they have a question as to why, they'll email us so we can get you on the phone and ask. So we're asking on Mary's behalf if she did something wrong on your date.
I mean, Mary's a nice girl and everything. I just, when you like meet somebody and you just feel like you're out of their league a little bit.
I know exactly what you're talking about, Ray. It happens to me all the time.
Ouch.
So are you saying you don't feel like Mary's in your league or playing on your level?
Yeah, I mean, essentially, it was the way, she was looking at me and the way she was talking to me. I felt like I was doing her a favor by going out with her.
Whoa, dude.
Did you
Ray,
feel
that's
this
a lot
way?
to say.
Did you feel this way before you went out with her, or this happened like you realized that while you were out with her?
We were at the gym. I got like this kind of desperate feel, and I was like, she's one of those girls I know I can sleep with if we went out again. So it's like,
Why do you think that you can sleep with her? Because she was excited to go out with you?
well, I mean, I don't really have a hard time finding women. Usually they just kind of come to me, and if the schedule permits, then
Okay.
hang out.
So would you qualify your date with Mary as a pity date?
Yeah, I feel like that's a little harsh. I mean, sometimes you just gotta slum it. You know what I mean?
You gotta slum
You
it?
just said that?
Isn't that worse than
Every once in a while, you gotta give back to charity. So.
Dude, come on. Why would you even go out with her to begin with? I mean, I don't think you're doing someone a favor by considering them less than you.
I'm sorry. I'm really trying not to be mean. That's not what I'm trying to do. It's just that I'm being honest. I feel like kind of doing her a favor, and I thought, why not? I got nothing else to do. I might as well. And,
Okay.
All
right. I appreciate your honesty a lot, Ray.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to find people that'll just be blunt about that kind of stuff. Normally, people always are like, well, I don't know. We just didn't have good chemistry.
I think you're an egomaniac who's completely rude.
I mean, if you're Jennifer Lawrence, you're not going to go out with some guy that manages a Subway. Like, that's not going to happen. Like, you're going to find someone that's on equal footing with you. And I felt like she's a few steps below me.
Okay. Like I said, thanks for your honesty, man. I also have to be honest with you now and let you know that Mary is actually on the phone listening to this.
She is?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm here.
Hi.
Hi. I mean, hi.
Listen, Mary, I'm not trying to be mean to you or anything.
I know. I understand completely. You know what? I mean, I get it.
Mary.
Did you not? As smart as you, and you are a rare catch, and you just know it.
Mary, did you hear what he was just saying about you? Did you hear what he was just saying about you?
But I don't mind because I can try to be better. I'd rather know, and then I have a goal. I'd rather know that, and then I could try to be better.
No, Mary, you love yourself for who you are, and you have some self-confidence and some self-worth.
No, I know about loving myself for who I am right now, but we can still always want to improve and hope to improve. And otherwise, what's the point? We're not going to try to get better.
But what did he
I
say
worked
that was
out.
constructive? He just slammed you.
I didn't take it that way. I mean, he's kind of right. He has high standards, and like I said, I told you guys, he's an amazing guy. He's rare, and Ray, it was an honor just to have dinner with you. If you guys talk to him more, you'll figure it out, like I did.
Mary, I appreciate that you want to be able to work up to eventually being in my league. And to be fair, I feel like with a little bit of work, I think that you could be there. There's a few things I definitely noticed on our date that you could improve on. Like I noticed that you were kind of going for some more fatty, calorically dense food when we were out on a date, and I feel like if we get away from that kind of stuff, it can really help you.
Oh, you narcissistic.
You mean okay? I can work on that because to put me in the level you're in, then it would be my honor to try to do that.
No,
Mary, are you serious?
No, don't do what?
But he's right. I don't mind. It's like a parent that loves you and wants you to be your best. They acknowledge the good things you have.
No.
I do want to be better. I've always wanted to be better. And if this is the way I get, to understand how to be better, then it's a blessing.
Mary, you're walking into like a controlling, narcissistic, egomaniac.
I have to say something. You guys have been nice to me, but enough's enough. You shouldn't talk about him this way. I know who he is. I met him. You're maybe just jealous. Please stop being so rude to him, or I'm going to have to get off the phone.
Mary, I'm sorry we're being rude to Ray. Ray, do you feel like we're being rude to you?
You're being very rude
To be
to him.
fair, yeah, I feel like there's some unfair, jabs being made at me because All I'm trying to do is just make Mary become the really pretty person I know that she
Oh
can
my
become.
God. Mary, I want to shake you. What are you doing?
Well, in that
I know
case,
what I'm doing. I'm an adult, and I don't think it's very respectful what you guys are doing.
hey, Mary, it's true. You're an adult. You can make your own decisions. And if you feel like Ray is right and you were out of his league and apparently you want to work on getting into his league, I'll ask the question. Would you guys like to go on a second date? Ray, we will pay for you to go on a second date with Mary if you will accept.
I mean, yeah, but I can't promise there'll be another date.
After that, okay. Mary, are you willing to give it another try?
I mean, I hope we have another date, but I think it's just great to have an opportunity to try again. So, yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations, you guys.
so sick.
We're sending you out on a second date.
Ray, I have to tell you, thank you for giving me another chance. I will not let you down. I promise you. I promise I will not let you down.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Think about
thank you.
how every butterfly starts out in a caterpillar.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that simply says, "What the F just happened?" It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'll feel
Talking, of course, about the second date update. And this is probably the first second date update we've done where I'm not a fan of either of these people.
Yeah, that's
honestly.
a good point.
Mary is the girl from the second date update. She wanted us to call this guy named Ray. The whole time she was talking about how perfect he was, how amazing he was. She's always wanted to date a guy like this. They ended up going out. He wasn't calling her back. We got him on the phone, and the reason he wasn't calling her back was, well, she's not really on my level. And I sort of went out with her because sometimes you gotta slum it. She seemed like a nice girl when I met her, and I figured I'd throw the dame a bone. Let her go out with a big fish like Ray. That was his whole attitude the whole time.
And I thought for sure, like, we were going to get her on the line, you know, because she's listening to all this, and she was going to just rage on this guy or end up crying because he was so mean to her.
Nope. Instead, she was like, "Ray, you're just so amazing. I can change. I can be whatever you need me to be. I want to play on your level. I really want to."
It is so sad. I just want to, like, that girl, I just wish there was, like, an injection of self-confidence that you could take, like a shot, and I would give that to her.
Yeah. She definitely needs to shower in some Old Spice swagger.
Although I did see a text message that came in and says this is totally going to turn on Ray because she's going to end up, like, falling in love with him, stalking him, and then eventually, like, making a skin doll out of him.
Yeah, seriously.
Here's a clip in case you missed it.
You're walking into, like, a controlling, narcissistic, egomaniac.
I have to say something. You guys have been nice to me, but enough's enough. You shouldn't talk about him this way. I know who he is. I met him. You're maybe just jealous. Please stop being so rude to him, or I'm going to have to get off the phone.
That was my favorite part from the second date update is how she got mad at us because we were like, "Dude, you're kind of a douche."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Stop talking about him like that. He's amazing. And I will do whatever it takes to be on his level."
I've never heard a guy be able to call a girl not on his level. She's a little chubby and eats the wrong foods and probably not hot enough for him, and she's still in the palm of his hand.
You know what?
Like, how does that
So
work?
you know what? Actually, probably one of the most successful second dates we've ever done because those two really deserve each other.
There's somebody for everybody out there.
I guess.
Moving 92.5. Second date update.
We got an email from a mystery guy who wants to get a second date update.
Why a mystery?
He requested that we not use his real name during the call.
And how is the person going to know who we're talking about?
That's a good question.
Okay.
And I don't know why he doesn't want to use his real name if he's maybe in the witness protection program.
Oh, that's obviously what we should go to first.
Or if he's maybe trying to have an affair and doesn't want his wife to find out about this.
Oh, dang.
Or maybe his real name is just super sad and embarrassing. Like Stevie Sharts.
Oh, what a terrible name.
Or Will Whack Me. I don't know.
You never forget Will Whack Me, though.
No, you won't. Let's talk to him. First, what fake name would you like to go by, and why are you hiding your identity?
Hey guys, I'm going to be using Chip Green.
Chip Green.
Like a chocolate
Okay.
chip?
Why
All right.
pick such a lame fake name? Chip?
Hey, don't make fun of his name.
Sorry to all of our listeners named Chip out there.
I don't know.
What do you want his name to be, like Renegade? Like,
I don't
it's not
know,
supposed
Yeah,
to be cool.
why-
Something badass.
Why are you hiding your
Chip?
identity?
So here's the thing. I am a professional golfer, and people would know who I am if I said my name.
Is it Bruce Kepka?
Okay.
No, and you know what? That's not true. I wouldn't know who you were if you said your name. I don't know any, unless you're Tiger Woods.
I'm not Tiger Woods.
Okay, then I wouldn't have known you.
All right, then now I get the name Chip Green.
Ricky Fowler?
I get it.
That's-
Yeah.
That's clever.
Could have been Rough Fairway.
Yeah.
No? Okay,
Nope.
didn't think that
He
was
didn't
funny.
like that
Apparently
one.
my golf humor is not on par.
All right.
Oh.
There's layers to this,
Oh,
guys.
God. This is going to be a long call.
I'm with you, Brooke.
All right, Chip.
Fantastic.
All right.
So, Chip, tell us about the woman that you want us to call today. What's her name?
Her name's Stephanie.
Okay.
And I'm guessing since you're a professional athlete that you don't often not get a call back.
You would be correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how did you meet Stephanie?
It's a dating website like, OkCupid, but it's specifically for elite millionaires, executives, sports stars like myself.
So
Uh-huh.
are the
Dude, that's cool.
do the women on this site also have to be that elite?
No, they kind of just have to look good. I mean, there's no
Oh.
net worth qualifications for them.
Okay.
Oh,
So this is like
okay.
a sugar daddy type situation.
Not at all, not at all. It's a way to find a different class of people, for people like me who are in the public eye. And, I'm looking for a real connection.
Oh.
So you actually want a relationship.
Oh, absolutely.
So what about her stood out?
She was, probably the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. She was stunning. She was gorgeous.
Yeah, do you have any more adjectives for how attractive she was?
It's a dating site, so, looks are the first thing I noticed. Then I read her profile, and she seemed funny and smart. She has a college education, and she has her own job.
So she's basically checking all your boxes before you even met her.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And so what were you feeling when you're going into this date? Are you nervous?
Oh, yeah, I was definitely nervous because I was like, I don't want to blow this.
Mm-hmm.
Are you more nervous going into this date or doing the 18th hole where you're going to win the tournament?
You know what? The date, because I know that I'm probably going to make that shot.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your whole life.
Yeah,
So-
you're a pro. Okay.
FedEx Cup, no big deal.
What did you guys decide to do for the date?
So she had said that she is not easily impressed. So I rented a helicopter.
Oh, damn.
Dang.
I picked her up in the helicopter, flew us out, get into a Rolls Royce that I rented.
Oh, my God.
He's going to get some dinner in the helicopter.
Why did I never date a really rich superstar? Like, what is my problem?
But it gets better. Drive the Rolls Royce, beautiful scenery. We're talking get to like a harbor, like a yacht club.
Oh, of course, yes. It's not a boat, it's a yacht.
Mm-hmm.
So we have like first class dining experience on this boat.
Uh-huh.
I mean, what is the vibe like between you two through all of this?
I think it's pretty good.
Okay.
Like we were having this expensive date, but it was talking about real stuff.
Okay.
But this is the part where I think she was really impressed. So, we're talking about like hobbies, and I said, I love my dogs, all that sort of thing, but I recently started collecting diamonds.
Oh, wait a minute.
Get off the phone. Get off the phone. You
You're
stop
kidding
it.
me.
I'm a professional golfer who collects diamonds.
Yeah, we talked
What?
about some really down-to-earth stuff.
No, listen, it's a serious thing.
And then what? What happened?
Well, we had dessert, and then I had paid for a fireworks show over the harbor.
Oh, my gosh,
Oh,
bro.
dude.
Dang, dude.
How are you going to ever come back on your second date and up this at all?
Well, that's the thing. I can't even get a second date with her, so I can't even try at this point.
Okay, well, so, how did this all end for you? How did the evening end after the fireworks were done?
So, the evening was winding down, and I told her, I said, I've got this whole yacht for the whole weekend. No pressure. If you want to stay the night, you can. You can have your own cabin. We don't have to sleep in the same bed.
Oh, my
But,
God.
no pressure. She said no, that she had stuff to do the next day. So I drove her back to the helicopter. I was staying on the yacht for the weekend because, why not?
Yeah.
And then, what was the last moments before she got on the helicopter?
Well, it was like a nice kiss goodbye. And then, she waved through the window as like the helicopter was going up. And that was it. That's the last I've heard from her.
I mean, it could be that she just met a better millionaire on that same dating website. I'm not to be terrible.
Yeah, someone
but
that
like,
actually owns a yacht.
If you described her as the most beautiful woman on that dating site that the elite people are on, maybe she's got options.
If you say so. But, like, I mean, at least, like, a text, even if I had taken her to, like, Arby's, I would want a text that was like, thanks for dinner.
Man, she gave you nothing afterwards?
Nothing.
Oh, that's
kind
cruel.
of rude.
Yeah.
But they did kiss.
I mean, last time I hung out with a diamond collector, I at least said that was great.
Yeah, she at least gave some over-the-shirt stuff. But I don't know. Okay, let's call Stephanie. We'll play a song, come back, and we'll get you a second date update, okay?
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, hang on. If you're just tuning in, we are #blessed because we've got a pro athlete on the phone for a second date update. Not sure exactly who he is because he asked not to use his real name. Instead, he wanted to use the alias Chip Green because he's a pro golfer.
I just got it, Chip.
Yes.
Just now got it?
I didn't know. Well, you made fun of it for being so lame.
Chip onto, the green.
Yeah, it could have been Chip Putter.
And we already have a bunch of people texting in, guessing who you are, but Chip met a gorgeous woman named Stephanie on a dating app for ultra-rich and famous people.
Uh-huh.
He took her on a date that would honestly put The Bachelor to shame.
Yeah.
He rented a helicopter, which flew them to a Rolls Royce that he'd rented, which drove them to a private yacht where they enjoyed a catered dinner, cooked by, I assume, celebrity chef Bobby Flay. And then to finish off the night, he paid for a fireworks show over the harbor where the yacht was moored. And he offered to let Stephanie stay with him on the yacht for the weekend in her own private cabin, but she declined. And ever since, she's gone completely silent.
Mm-hmm.
So he wants some answers. Is that right, Chip?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But don't forget, I collect diamonds, and we did talk about that.
Oh, yes. Excuse me. I apologize for not mentioning your new diamond collecting hobby.
Yeah, Chip, I mean, you say you did all of this because she claimed to be not easily impressed.
Yeah, exactly.
But is there any chance that by that she meant like impressed by people's personality or the intangible things that money can't buy?
No, I don't think that's what she meant.
It's just so much. Like the fireworks show for me would have put it over the edge. What are you compensating for is kind of almost what it feels like.
Okay, well, don't you worry about that. But, like, I honestly don't think she ever thought that I would call her on it.
You wanted to put your money where your mouth was, is what you're saying. A lot of the money.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
It wasn't as much as you'd think.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we have very different ideas of what
Yes.
is a lot of money and what is not.
Humble Chip.
Uh-huh.
Not bragging at all about his date. Let's call Stephanie right now and figure out why she's not getting back to you. You ready?
I'm all ready. Thank you, guys.
All right, here we go. I'm dialing the phone number right now.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Stephanie, please?
This is she. Who's calling?
This is the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. We're doing something called a second date update. Have you ever heard of that before?
I mean, I've heard of it.
Okay, it's a positive.
That's
Cool.
something. You've got the ears that have heard the things.
Yeah.
And so if you're not familiar with it, though, the way it works is if you go out on a date with someone and afterwards they're not calling you back, you can reach out to our show and we'll get a hold of them for you to try and figure out the reason why.
I mean, I haven't gone out on a date with anyone who hasn't called me back.
Yeah.
No,
it's...
see, you're the person who's not calling back after the date.
And they're wanting to go out with you again, but you're not touching base at all with them. You've ghosted them.
I would tell you the name of the guy who's calling, but I don't know his name.
It doesn't help. He's going by an alias.
Yeah.
That seems kind of sketchy.
Well, he's trying to protect his image because he's sort of in the spotlight a lot.
He's a pro golfer.
He's a pro golfer.
Oh. I don't know if I want to talk about this on the radio.
What? We're talking about the date, right? Like the helicopter Rolls Royce yacht fireworks date.
Yep. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Dude, he said that you didn't even text him back a thank you.
Nope, I did not.
Wow,
That's yeah. Why would you be so cold to him after he went all out for you with this? I mean, he must have spent thousands and thousands of dollars on this date.
Okay, so Stephanie, this was my theory, okay? I mean, because he told us that the reason he did all that was because you said you weren't very easily impressed. I mean, that had to impress you, right?
Yeah, it was impressive.
Was it too much? Because the fireworks show would have put me over the edge.
That was a little bit too much. I mean, it was pretty, but it kind of felt like he was overcompensating.
Okay. I mean, we're just hoping to get some answers for the guy because he says he really likes you and he thought that you guys had a strong connection and you're giving him nothing after the date ended.
Well, there's a reason for that.
What would that be?
This is going to be embarrassing for him.
I mean, he already knows that when he calls into our show asking for help. You basically sign up with the acknowledgement that you might hear something you don't want to hear.
It's kind of like the terms and conditions of doing this.
Yeah.
But also, like, we're using his fake name. We don't even know who this guy is.
Yeah.
Well, I don't either.
What do you mean?
Except I know who he's not.
Okay.
Okay, explain.
Okay, so you know about this website where we met through.
Yeah, where, like, the rich, elite, famous, super wealthy people date.
Right. So I've dated another pro golfer, and after the date, I texted my ex, who I'm still friends with, because I just wanted some background on this guy, because he just didn't fit the profile of golfers I've hung out with before. Something felt off.
Okay.
And so my ex said he would look into him, and he texted me back 15 minutes later, and he was like, this guy doesn't exist. And I was like, what do you mean? And he said, he's just not a golfer. He's not in the league or whatever it is. I don't really care about sports.
So wait.
It's a tour, but...
He was lying about being a pro golfer? I mean, because that was his whole shtick to us, was that he couldn't tell us his name because people would know him as a professional golfer.
Yeah.
Right.
He can't tell you his name because nobody will know him as a professional golfer.
Whoa. But how would he have all that money?
Yeah.
I don't know how he has that money, but I've already reported him to the website. I emailed and was like, this guy's a scam artist and you guys need to vet your clients more thoroughly.
Well, geez, I don't know what to say anymore other than to tell you that he's been on the other line listening and he wants to talk to you.
Are you guys serious?
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
I mean, I went no contact with him for a reason.
Well, don't you want to know why he's lying or where he got all this stuff from?
No, I don't ever want to talk to him again.
Well, it's a little bit too late for that. Chip's there, I
Well,
think.
that's really cute, you guys.
Hey, Stephanie.
What's up, creep?
Oh.
All right.
It's actually Chip. You mispronounced that one.
Just like real quick, guys, right off the bat, I just want to say to you, Stephanie, I didn't lie about anything.
What?
So you are a pro
Uh-huh. You want to find some pictures of yourself playing golf and text them to these radio people? Because nobody else can find any.
Well, I'll tell you, you're never going to hear back from the website because they did vet me, and they know my net worth.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
So wait, hold
This
on.
is all confusing, man. You got to explain. Apparently, the other golfers on the tour don't know who you are.
Can you just give up the lie? Nobody's buying this.
Okay, listen, I am a pro golfer, but it's mini golf that I'm a professional at.
What?
Oh, you're a pro mini golfer?
I wasn't lying. I tour constantly, and I make a really good living.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow. My goodness. I don't know what to say.
Well,
Stephanie, how you feeling?
I feel exactly the same way I did before you guys called. I just don't want to go out with him again.
But I mean, he's right, though. I will say he wasn't lying. He's actually I didn't know that professional mini golf existed, but...
Okay, so I used to say that I was a pro mini golfer on my website profile, and people thought it was a joke. So I said, well, maybe you'll just change it to pro golfer and see. And all of a sudden now you're like, oh, a pro golfer. It was my paycheck. That's what you were interested in.
You have to be wealthy on both ends to get on this site, asshole.
Oh.
Stop trying to, pull yourself out of this by your tiny little...
That whole stereotype about mini golfers having small is totally untrue. And you're just a shrew.
I guess I'll never find out.
So do we ask still?
I don't know. I feel like maybe we should. This is the right time. Stephanie, at this point, we'd like to offer you a second date with Chip, the mini golfer, not the pro real golfer. Would you like to go out with him? We'll pay for it.
No, thank you.
Oh, shocking.
Are you sure?
I didn't see that coming.
You could lock down that pro mini golf
I'm
money.
really, really, really sure, you guys. I'm done here.
You know what? Before you guys asked, I was done with her.
Oh.
She lost out on a mini golf pro. she lost that. Too bad for her.
Chip,
Oh
you'll find a woman that loves mini golf just as much as you do. Don't be ashamed of what you do for a living, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You are absolutely right.
You bogeyed this date, but the next one, you're going to get an eagle, I promise.
Do you still use those terms in mini golf?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Right? Right, Chip?
Well, you don't have it quite right, but you know.
Okay. I mean, who cares?
Moving 92.5.